Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the best show in Boston, Massachusetts. Best show in Massachusetts, the Bronze Reaper Podcast. I'm your host, Rosalind Perkins. I hope everyone's doing great. I had to start my show over because there was no volume. Thank you, um, Del Monte Green Beans. He told me so. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So let's get cracking. I hope everybody's having a great day. Um, my day was actually good today. I'll tell you how my day was, but I had to teach a Nigerian about politics. So it's different because at the end of the day, first of all, they always undermining Black Americans. But I had to explain to him that, like, okay, you know what? Black Americans are different from Africans because we was watching the 7 o'clock news. The seven no channel news, and I was explaining to him because we seen Donald Trump and Elon Musk, and Elon Musk was like, "Oh, yo." He's like, oh, he don't like this policy and it's despicable, all this, and that. And I was explaining to homie, I was like, well, he can't even be a president anyway. He's an immigrant. He's from South Africa. Oh, what does that mean? That means he can't be a fucking president. He shouldn't even be qualified to be even anywhere near that shit. Oh no, we don't do that. I was like, yo, if he wanted to be a president, or I was explaining to him, I was like, yo, first of all, he was the one. Hold on, is it fixed? I hope it's fixed. I hope y'all can hear me now. Um, I was explaining to him. I was like, yo, Elon Musk shouldn't even be even talking to us. And the reason why I say Elon Musk shouldn't even be into that situation with the presidency, because at the end of the day, this isn't his country. Oh, he's an American citizen. Da, da, da. Yeah, so what? It doesn't matter. He immigrated over here. So this is his country out of default, if you really want to be personally honest. Oh, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. I was like, yo, let me explain something to you. Elon Musk is basically almost a trillionaire. Why the fuck he ain't fixing his own fucking country? Is the it shouldn't yo. Well, all the money he has, he should have been bringing resources to his country, and he did it. So at the end of the day, we don't want to hear what the fuck he's doing in America. Oh, he should. What's up? In U.S. law and social. What's going on? The man, the myth, the legend. Dr. Umar's offspring. Not like offspring, but like his blueprint. Kwame, what's going on, player? Black and Africans are the terms with specific meanings. Blacks refers to a racial category in capacity, an individual origins, and any other black racial groups. Well, African. Well, if we're gonna do that, Elon Musk is an African American. So are you saying Elon Musk is an African American? Kwame, are you saying Elon Musk is an African American? He was born in Africa. But the way you put it, you say he's a citizen. He got his citizenship in America. So that makes him African American, right? I'm ready today, man. I only got like 3 hours of sleep because I was at work. But I'm ready, Kwame. What's going on, man? Is he an African American? Are you saying Elon Musk is an African American? He was born in South Africa. Why not? He was born in Africa. Why? He was born in Africa. This is why the shit doesn't make sense. This is why the word foundational black American means something. Put it this way, even if we wasn't pushing delineation, foundational black Americans should be black Americans that were in the United States. We have to push that. You say African and blacks or just African black? Because you can't interchange African. Because if not, if it's like that, most of those people, was it half of those people that live in South Africa are not African? People who live in like Morocco and Liberia, what is it? Libya? I'm sorry, Libya are not black. People who live in Egypt is not black. Ethiopians can consider themselves not black. So what do you mean? These are the questions that we have to ask. These are your politics. I know being called African is a social construct. But you want to use your politics, so I'm using your politics. So what would Elon Musk be considered then? If he's not considered a South African or an Afrikaner, what is he? Because this is what they're calling them. They're calling them South Afrikaners. Well, you know the U.S. laws. What do they call South Afrikaners? Let's say I don't know politics. I'm asking a person who's a vet in U.S. politics, who just mentioned if I knew politics, this is what this means. What would South Afrikaners be if they wasn't South African? If they can't use the word African? So he's a white black African. Because we just said African meant what? African was any racial group. African. All you do, you put ER under behind African. Just like in Jamaica, you got your girl Kamala Harris. And Donald Harris, her father. You know I'm ready today, Kwame, right? You know I'm ready today. I just want to let you know I'm ready today. This is what we do, Kwame. We do this here. He could be born in America and not be white. That doesn't make sense. Like you're just giving a false narrative. It makes sense, but it's a false narrative. It's not answering the question that I just said. I said I know that you can be African just like in Jamaica. You could be, well, no, you're still Jamaican. That doesn't make sense, Kwame. You're still Jamaican. The Chinaman will be considered Jamaican if he or she was born in Jamaica. You know that, right? That doesn't matter. It doesn't stop them from being American or African. But you said, Kwame, blacks and African Americans are the terms with specifically means black reference to racial categories. I'm just saying. So, are they African or not African? We talking about. But at the end of the day, it has to fit in with everything that we are saying. It's like saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm eating an apple," and you're like, "Oh no, that's not an apple. That's a Honey Crisp." It's still an apple, right? It's just a different term of an apple. So the question that I asked you about Elon Musk, I say, yo, Elon Musk is still African. He's still an African. Is he not still an African? We know it's a social construct, Kwame. We are saying, is Elon Musk still an African? He was born in South Africa. Are you mad that Elon Musk might be more African than you are? What's going on, Rando? What's going on? Me and Kwame, politicking about Elon Musk. I'm thinking. I think Kwame's a little bit more scared that Elon Musk is a little bit more African to him, because Elon was born in South Africa. Elon Musk is in his native country. The U.S. uses relationships with black individuals, who have Africa. Kwame. I think that man Elon Musk could be more Pan African than you. I'm just saying, he was born in Africa. He lived amongst Africans. He lived in an African community, an African country. He might be a little bit more Pan African than you, Kwame. No, I just didn't. Nationality of Africa. Kwame's ready today. Kwame, you ready today, right? Yeah, I can see, man. I consider whites under U.S. laws. Kwame, them U.S. laws don't be shit. Them motherfuckers is African. That motherfucker might be a little bit more African than you. I'm just saying, look at Duplessis. You know who Duplessis is, Kwame? Black Americans flat out. Yeah! Ain't no jumping in. He's just, So what? We could say the same thing about white Americans in America. There's no such Kwame. There's no such thing as no white genocide. Probably like 3 or 4 of those people died, and that was shit. That shit was it. Them white Africans was whooping them Africans' asses in South Africa. I have seen the videos. I have talked to. If Chuck comes on today, Chuck, please come on so we can all talk. You from South Africa. I think Chuck got mad at us yesterday, Kwame, because the chat was clowning him. They were clowning him in this country. But Chuck, you can always educate us about South Africa. Kwame, them motherfuckers was not dying. Yeah, the motherfuckers was not dying, Kwame. Like 3 or 4 of the motherfuckers got killed, probably doing some shit that they wasn't doing, or a motherfucker who got sick and tired of being sick and tired and had to put a motherfucker down, sent the motherfucker back to his ancestors. You know, so it's yo that shit, yo. You copy and pasting, huh, Kwame? I could tell. Yeah, you copying and pasting shit, man. Yo, real dude, your boy is copying and pasting shit off of Google. I can tell. Yo, Kwame, that shit is too perfect, man. That shit is too perfect. But shout out to you, Kwame. Shout out to Rando. What's going on with y'all, man? How's y'all Wednesday? Congratulations, Kwame. Kwame, that shit don't mean anything. That shit don't mean anything. Cause at the end of the day, everybody's still there's this thing called subgroups. Even if it's not in the U.S. law or it is in the U.S. law, they are called subgroups. Because if we could say that, we could say Jewish people are white. But we got y'all, we got these bird braid crazy half Harold motherfuckers with aluminum foil on their head talking about, oh, yo, Jewish people are not white. So are Jewish people white or are they their own group? I just thought Jewish was a religion. I was always taught that. I mean, Jews was well. I think to me that's a bloodline. I'm not even gonna lie. That's a black bloodline, black, Native, and Latino bloodline. I do actually do believe that. I know it might sound crazy, but yeah, yeah, okay, okay. It's whatever you put. Kwame, I'm not gonna say yo, you're wrong. If you believe it, you believe it. I think it was a black bloodline because it was in the sun. You know, it was a it's a habitat thing. You know, that's why the Egyptian president got killed because he said, "Yo, these Jews left black and came back white." Then the motherfucker was dead. Yeah, today they are white. There you go. I don't know if it's an ethnogenesis. Probably was an ethnogenesis. You know, back in those days, people used to like just be aggressive with the pussy and stuff like that. And yeah, look at the Egyptians. They were all commit and black people. Now they're Palestinians and Turkish Arabs. Just we don't know what it is. Israelites, descendants from West Asia. Usually, yo man, you hitting that peace pipe, Kwame? Yeah, Kwame. Yo one day, Kwame. Yo, I'm gonna have you on. I'm gonna when I get this collab started. I'm gonna surprise and Captain Tazaria is gonna be on here. And you're gonna have to talk to Cap. All right. So, it's half Polish. See, yeah. Them motherfuckers was all around the world, man. Jerusalem was in Asia. No, it was in Africa. Don't forget the way how we say Europe, Asia, Africa, North America, South America. It's just these people named them. They made their own map. We don't like if you go to Egypt. I mean, if you go to like Iraq or Palestine, you say, "Oh yeah, are y'all Middle Eastern?" They'll laugh at you because there's no such thing. There's really no such thing as Middle Eastern. That's why motherfuckers laugh at us because it's Western ideology. So it just be like that. And that's the shit that we gotta learn. Like Gulf of Mexico, now motherfuckers turned it into Gulf of America. It's some goofy shit, but I don't give a fuck. They could call it the Gulf of Nova Scotia. We don't give a fuck what it is. Fuck it. Yeah, it was. It was a part of Africa. Have you ever seen a King James Bible, the old school King James Bible? It has a map inside of it. It has an old school map. Yeah. but it's one of those old school Bibles. Yeah. Just like Russia. All that shit, Kwame, all that shit is attached. But this is what people been using for the past, what was it, 300-400 years, Kwame? Probably longer than that. Don't forget, there are people that are Israelite in Africa. Nigeria? Yeah, there's Jews in Nigeria. You didn't know that, Kwame? The world is plotting against America and Israel. I don't know. I just don't stop spending my motherfucking money on weapons and make some more weapons here. I got like 6 or 7 firearms, but when I get a bigger place, I'm gonna have like 10 or 11. You know, cause I'm gonna have like 2 houses. I'm gonna have one house for business, like you see my office. I'm gonna have like a whole mansion of just work. Then I just got a house to live in. You know, you don't want your kids playing in your shit, and you got guns over here, and you gotta have me. I'm gonna have a fence and everything. Yo, I'm gonna be lit. You know. No, they're Israelites. They're not those Jews. They are Israelites. They believe in the Holy Bible and they believe in the Tahara. I think that's the Torah. They believe in both of those. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they believe in what these motherfuckers in the streets is talking. It's not like, yo, I met enough Israelites. One of my best friends is an Israelite. Do I follow his ideology? No. There's some of the shit I do believe. But I will say this. The shit that those motherfuckers believe in Africa, them Israelites be talking on the streets. Them motherfuckers talk crazy. Have you seen the 20 Drew Hill video? Yeah. Tell me what you want. Yeah, make the kid jump. Yeah, I was watching that like 2 days ago. Was it yesterday? No, it was like 2 days ago. Yo, that shit is funny. Yeah, Del Monte, that shit, yo, had me dying. The kids were being bad. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's called, Tara. Shout out to Del Monte. How's everything? No, the Christians don't believe in the whole Bible. No, they don't believe in the whole Bible. Christians, no. And there's no shot against them. Remember, I was explaining to y'all, I think like 2 episodes ago, that the Bible has more than 10 commandments. There's like 620 commandments. There's that many. It tells you basically, if you really want to really fuck with the Holy Bible and stuff, it tells you don't date out your race. You can only date certain race. Yeah. It tells you about the reason why King Solomon or King Jebediah was at his demise because it wasn't because he had thousands of women and concubines, it's because he dated out his race. That's what they said in the Bible. This is the crazy shit that they say in the Bible, man. And the Christians don't follow that shit. They don't follow that shit. Christians believe in homosexuality now. Christians believe in a lot of shit. The Hebrew Israelites believe in all of that shit. He said, hey, the shit's in the Bible. I can't say it's wrong, or I can't say, oh no, I can't explain why it says it, but this is why I can't explain why I should not follow it, but I have to follow it. You know? They on that shit like that. Like, they can explain why they say it, but this is why they do what they do, you know? Yeah, they believe in all that shit, man. Yo, sometimes that shit can get dark on what they be saying. That's why I always tell people all the time. I was like, yo, if you want to be with that shit, I mean, nah, I can't call it shit. If you want to do the ideology of being a Hebrew Israelite, I always tell people all the time, it's not a cult, because they look at it as a bloodline, and I don't think people should have respect for it and not call it a cult. because at the end of the day, they do come to people respectfully. You know, it's just to me, it's different. It's different for how other people be talking. You know, to other people. These people actually come to you and have a great conversations with you. You know. No, but I will tell you something. There are some other motherfuckers that they wild the fuck out. There's this group called GMS. I bumped into them in I want to say, is it Philly? No, it wasn't Philly. It was like I think it was Jersey. These niggas is crazy. These niggas is crazy. Like, yo, they look like homeless Israelites. You see how those Israelites look like, yo, they got the new gear, they got the arm thing and stuff like that. These niggas look like they got their shit off of Temu. All jokes aside. This shit ain't even fly. Yo, this shit ain't even dope. I think Kanye yells at white people on it. Kanye's cook. He yells at everybody. Yo, real talk. Kanye yells at everybody. He's a fucking idiot, man. Yeah, GMS. Yo, GMS is nuts, man. Dumb niggas is nuts. Like, they believe in fucking, like, dating, like, 14-year-old girls if they get their period. Yo, them niggas is nuts. Yo, IUIC, or ISUPK. They had to come out and told motherfuckers don't listen to them. Them niggas is crazy. Them niggas is probably on some drugs. Oh, yeah. But the thing about it, too, Hebrew Israelite isn't a religion, though. They look at it as laws and commandments. I mean, laws and, commandments. That's the crazy part about it. That's why I say, like, yo, if you follow it, you follow it. You know, I'm not, like, yo, Kwame, you fuck around with that Pan-Africanism. They could consider that shit a cult. Yeah, you could consider that shit a cult. Look at all that shit your boy Dr. Umar's doing. Fucking around with 3 or 4 girls. He probably got a snow bunny in the closet and everything. I'm just being personally honest. Your uncle probably got a snow bunny in the closet and everything. Yeah, see? Del Monte knows, yo. So, yo, some of them got the good word for them. It's just like, yo, it depends who you go to. If it's not a religion, why is Hebrew Israelites and African converting? It's not really a converting. It's not really converting if you're a part of the bloodline. That's why they say Hebrew Israelites. You're a Jew or you're a Gentile. A Gentile is just a person who has a bloodline that don't have the what is it? Oh yeah, I seen that rando. Yo, I think I'm gonna be personally honest, and I heard 1098 Jakes dropped his flag. Cause once he got that money, man, he didn't want to fuck with black people no more. He's like, yo, fuck them hood black people. He's like, yo, I'm making money over here. That man's making money. He's like, fuck them. I'm not fucking around. I'm not blood anymore. That's what he said. He didn't say I fucked them. He's like, yo, he dropped his flag. He's like, yo, I erased everything off my Instagram. If you look on his Instagram, he got no blood, none of that blood stuff. Hold on one second. It's a religion cult. And I'm gonna say this, Kwame. Most of those Israelites don't fuck with Africans. All jokes aside, most of them don't even fuck with Africans like that. There's only a certain few Africans that they fuck with. Because they're not a part of the bloodline. That's why, Kwame. It's very, I study it because it's very interesting. And I still talk to my best friend about it. He be telling me everything, you know. I had to ask him about, what's his name? Gorilla, this Haitian cat. He got caught in some stuff. You know, I don't really want to say because I don't know the whole evidence of it, but yeah, it was some bad shit. It was it was some no joke shit. Give me 1 second. I shouldn't even live. All right. Yeah. But hold on. I'm on Bluetooth. You're killing me moving that mic around. Oh, my fault, Del Monte. My fault. But yeah, because there was already. Don't forget, some of those people were already. Don't forget, some of those people who had the Bible. Because don't forget, the Bible was made not by white people. It was made by black scholars. It was made by Hebrew scholars. Back in those days, they considered those people black. In the Bible, they said those Jews are niggers. It says it in the Bible. Yeah, Gorilla Hebrew. Yeah. Nah, I don't think it was getting pegged by his wife. I don't think it was that. I think he was like, I don't want to say slutting off one of his girls, but he was doing some shit with some women. I don't know what it was, but yeah, it was some serious shit. No black man. No, you'd be surprised. Cause you got to look at it. Black people are the original people. This is why I always tell you, Kwame. White people have African DNA. This is why when that dude, what's my man's name? Black T, was it? I think it was Black T was talking about Esau and Jacob. Esau was a white man, but he was created by black people. You know? Yeah, Kwame loves white. I think Kwame like white bitches on the side. It's all right, Kwame. I know you like some white bitches. There's some white bitches I like too, man. Hell yeah. I used to have a thing for Betty White before she died. Betty White was like 99 years old when she died. But I had a thing for Betty White, you know? Betty White looked like an old ass, senior citizen freak, so there's a few white girls. Now, I'm just scared that, these white girls go out here killing people now. And cause you gotta look at these white men should be scared too. Y'all white men should be scared of these white women. These bitches out here killing people, setting people up. You didn't see that the bitch who put like 3 or 4 hot slugs in that Haitian guy. I'm strict Pan African. I don't do snow. I don't know, Kwame, man. I think you used to fuck with snow bunnies. Hold on one second. Oh, again. Yeah, you'd be surprised, man. Yeah, man, yo, that whole thing. Y'all know about the Emmett Till, that girl who died when she was like 90? Yo, you know that woman had black kids? She was fucking around with a black guy. She got black kids and everything. Yeah. She set up Emmett Till. That shit don't be needing nothing. Yo, some white bitches just want their pussy wide open, you know? That's what it is, man. It be on that sometimes. Yeah, white girls are some freaks, man. Yeah, I know this one white girl, she's like, was she like 47, 48? Yo, every time she see me, yo, let me see your dick. Can I touch it? And she just starts sucking it, slapping her face with it. Yo, this freaky ass white chicks, man. Sometimes they just so, and she got a boyfriend too. White man, white boy, everything. Just be feeding for black dick, man. Yeah, you'd be surprised. I haven't seen her in years though, but yeah, there's some freaky ass white chicks like that, man. She be at the black shows and stuff like that. Like, yo, preying on black men now. Like, she probably does that shit. Just be preying on black men now. Respirating some for some BBC and shit. Yeah. You be surprised, man. But Kwame, there's nothing wrong with you dating white snow bunnies and stuff. Dr. Umar can't say shit. He can't even take care of his fucking kids. You know, so if you want a white bitch, you go and get yourself a white bitch, man. Just better be careful, man. She might try to kill you, man. There's just a lot of shit going on right now. The Karen Reed thing, the bitch who ran over her boyfriend who was a cop. Yeah. That bitch is on trial right now in Boston, in Massachusetts. Yeah, I be telling y'all crazy shit be happening in Massachusetts. There was this white cop. She just got kidnapped. I was just telling y'all yesterday, yo, people be getting kidnapped in Boston, and it's just be low key. People don't be saying shit. A cop just got kidnapped. Yeah. Then there was a little black girl who got kidnapped in Gloucester, Mass. Yeah. And if you don't know Gloucester is known for this scandal that happened with these teenage girls. They set a pact to all get pregnant. And they were like 14, 15, just fucking, boom, 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 getting nut bust up in them and everything. Yeah. That's all they was doing. Boom, 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 just getting dick, man. They just always like, yo, we're gonna have a pact to have babies. Yeah, I don't know what it was, man. But yeah, they made a movie up on it on Lifetime and everything. Look up Gloucester, Massachusetts. That's what they're known for because of that scandal. It happened like, I want to say 20 years ago. Was it 20 years ago? Probably a little bit longer than that. Yeah, these bitches is probably like in their 40s. 30s or early 30s. I mean, late 30s, early 40s. Yeah, these bitches, yeah, they were fucking. When I say they were fucking, lying, talk about they on birth control, boom, boom, boom. Busting nuts all in. One dude flipped out. Yo, you told me, yo, that white man could have went crazy and killed him. Killed her. Like, yo, don't be pushing these certain white people's buttons, especially in Massachusetts, man. These white people will, pop a whole slug in the whole family, then pop a slug in themselves. Yeah. Pan-Africans don't believe in interracial or gay rights. King, that's a foundational principle. Oh, I don't know, man. Y'all got Nature Boy out here. You know who Nature Boy is? That man doing life right now. Nature Boy had gay porn out here. Hey, that nigga was living like what's his name? The Kool-Aid man, Jim Jones. The real Jim Jones. Yeah, Jim Jones who poisoned all those people. That man built his own Foodtopia. Yeah. Freaky ass fucking Nature Boy. Yeah, he was a nutcase. You can't be part of any Pan-African organization if you have interracial or gay relationships. Well, yeah, not Nature Boy was Pan-African, man. Yeah, he was Pan-African, bro. Had bad wives. He was Pan-African. Nature Boy was Kwame's like, we ain't claiming him today. We ain't claiming Nature Boy. Nah, that's your people. Nature Boy's your people. Oh, shit. Yo, Kwame, you crazy, man. Yo, you got me crying over here. Oh, my God. Now he ain't Pan-African. Yeah, Nature Boy's Pan-African, bro. But yeah, all that freaky deaky shit was happening. That motherfucker was getting fucked from behind and everything. Yeah, Nature Boy putting out gay porn and everything. Nothing Pan-African. Nah, he was following that Pan-African lifestyle, man. He was. Yeah, even to this day. There's not, what's wrong with, Nature Boy being Pan-African? What you mean? The nigga was Pan-African. Now we taking Pan-Africanism from Nature Boy. That's what we doing. Yo, shit. He was at the parties like this. Oh, Nature Boy. Go on, Nature Boy. Peekaboo. Oh, please stop. Nature, yeah, that was Nature Boy. Nature Boy was getting busy on the drag ball, yeah. Going on the floor, doing the 360, posing, like, yo, Nature Boy. with the Pan African colors and stuff, with the kufi, everything. Yo, Kwame, you're wildin', bro. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, yo, like and subscribe, comment, definitely hit the sub button. Even though that's what subscribe means. Hit the sub button, let's see your face, see who subscribed today. But thank y'all, yo, the numbers are still going up because of y'all. Yo, we did great of the month of May. Thank y'all to all of y'all. Randall, Kwame, YouTubian, Black T, all of y'all. Thank even if I didn't name y'all, thank all of y'all. I just see y'all there now. That's why, all the FBA family, yeah, just thank y'all, man. I do appreciate it. We be bugging out here, we be wilding out. It's just, I just do this shit too also too, just so y'all can have a good time. So yeah. So we be talking about some serious shit, but we always go left with it. So that's just how it is. We always go left. Do we take it serious? Yes, we do. But yeah, shit goes left. You can see by the live chat, shit goes left. This is why we got to get the collab cams soon. Give me 1 second. Let's see. Once Trump reappeal, he's sending your citizens. So he's still going on it. Kwame, you can't do that. It's impossible. If you're a citizen, you're a citizen. That's only for people who are not citizens, Kwame. And they just have anchor babies. Yeah. So if you was anchored here and you was born in America and your mama and your father are like immigrants from another country, they can go back. They can go back. And you might go back with them. I know this girl who I was fucking around with, this Cape Verdean girl. She was almost got deported. She got married. But I was still fucking with her and stuff. I got her pregnant too. That was the crazy part. And she was married. So yeah, it was fucking. She's like, yeah, I gotta get rid of the baby. I was like, yo, just give it to me. Like, I can't, man. I can't go to court pregnant. Knowing that I haven't fucked with this man in like a whole year. So I was like, oh damn, what the fuck? I didn't know what to do. I actually wanted that baby too. Hell yeah, man. That's the only I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I've been hold on. Play the video about Trump sending U.S. citizens to foreign prisons. Oh, the Guatemalans and shit. You send me the link, man. Email. I'm gonna put my email. You send the link, man. All right. Give me a second. Uh, Also, too, this is gonna be a quick show today. I'm gonna come back after class and do something. Hold on, let me send the link. Also, too, this is gonna be a quick show today. I'm gonna come back after class. But yeah, yeah, man, yo, we be bugging out here too, man. Yo, it's just I'm gonna say this because it's super funny. Like we can't get sent back. Oh yeah, let me finish the story with homegirl. Yo, she was cute too. She was only like 5 feet, man. I used to pound that shit out the park, man. What? Cape Verdeans girl? Oh yeah, they could take dick, man. Hell yeah. Kwame, you don't know about Cape Verdean girls because there's not really no Cape Verdean girls in Boston. Like, I mean, in New York. Like, what's it? Let me tell you who's Cape Verdean. Benzino. Benzino's Cape Verdean and Puerto Rican. And what's her name? Amber Rose is half Cape Verdean and like white. Her father's white. So yeah. Hold on. I wouldn't care to leave America. I'm just citizen and already planning to leave America by 40. Kwame, you ain't going nowhere because if you get fucking sick, you coming right back. So why even leave? Where you gonna go? To Africa or you gonna go to Jamaica? The Africa got the Chinaman and Jamaica got the Chinaman and Africa got all white people. White people colonizing Africa still. If they really want to get y'all out of here, all they got to do is bomb that shit. Why you do? And the thing about it, only time to go is when they have allies. Africans don't really have allies like that. You know, Russia is still struggling. They're struggling with Ukraine. They should have been got Ukraine out the picture. You know? It's just, nah, you don't want to go to Africa, bro. I was just talking about this shit with somebody else today, man. Oh, yeah, I was telling you until you interrupted me. You said some crazy shit this morning. But, yeah, it just... That man, he was from Nigeria, and he was talking about, oh, yeah, you don't know nothing about Africa. You never been to Africa. I was like, yo, I know not to go to Africa. I know y'all can't. I said, I know that y'all tribalistic. Yeah. All right, I'll check it right now. Give me 1 second. I'll check it right now. This better not be no bad information too, Kwame. All right, I'm on my Gmail right now. Let me see what Kwame got. All right, we're gonna see what Kwame put. All right, this is Kwame's first video.
We're open to deporting individuals that aren't foreign aliens but are criminals to El Salvador.
Trump said he wants to deport some violent U.S. citizens to El Salvador. Okay, let's
does that include potentially U.S. citizens, fully naturalized Americans?
If they're criminals and if they hit people with baseball bats over their head that happen to be 90 years old, and if they rape 87-year-old women in Coney Island, Brooklyn,
naturalized Americans.
If they're criminals and
Kwame, this is cut and paste, man. What are you doing? Watch this, everybody.
Individuals that aren't foreign aliens but are criminals to El Salvador. Does that include potentially U.S. citizens, fully naturalized Americans?
If they're criminals and if they hit people with...
Kwame, this is cut and paste, my man. Yo, what the... Yo, Kwame, you're wildin', bro. Oh, my God, Kwame.
To follow up on immigration. Deporting American citizens to Central American prisons. Is it legal, or do you need to change the law to do it?
Well, it's another question that the president has raised. It's a legal question that the president is looking into. And he talked about this yesterday when with his meeting with President Bukele in the Oval Office. He would only consider this, if legal, for Americans who are the most violent, egregious, repeat offenders of crime who nobody...
He said he would if it was legal. If it was legal. Kwame, what are you doing, bro? This is why, yo. Kwame, I know you're a Democrat, but I'm gonna say this. This is the scare tactics that Democrats do. First of all, we know he can't deport black people or any Americans anywhere. First of all, he didn't say black people. He said Americans. Well, your cut and paste did, you know. The first video, Kwame. Yeah, that was it. Cause there was, let me tell you why. Cause there was a pause. That's how you know, Kwame. So whoever you got that from, they fucked you over, man. I don't know, Kwame. Let's see the last one.
We've got passion, we've got determination. Like, and if we
Kwame,
set our sights on something, you better believe it's happening. We always feel like our
The immigration standoff over the Maryland husband and father wrongly deported to a notorious prison in El Salvador. The U.S. Supreme Court just days ago ruling the U.S. must facilitate his return. But today, President Trump and the president of El Salvador in the Oval Office, El Salvador's president, when asked if he'll return the man, said that was a preposterous question. Here's
If
Terry
he
Moranza.
could, that's what the lady said. If
At
he
the
could.
White House today, President Trump and the president of El Salvador. And at the center of their agenda, one man, Kilmar Abrego Garcia, the Maryland man, a Salvadoran immigrant, husband and father, whom the Trump administration admits was mistakenly deported to that notorious prison in El Salvador.
He's done a fantastic job.
Today, Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele said he's got no plans to send Abrego Garcia back home to the U.S. and his family.
How can I return him to the United States? Like, I smuggle him into the United States, or what do I do? Of course, I'm not going to do it. It's like, the question is preposterous.
The Supreme Court,
The El Salvadorian president sounds like he's a cool guy. I'm gonna be personally honest. I don't know the motherfucker like that, but he seems like he's a cool guy. Shout out to Kwame. He tried. Kwame, you almost got one past me too. I was like, oh, motherfuckers is about to go to El Salvador. My man Kwame. What's going on? But Kwame, it's impossible. They can't do it. Like, I feel you, my man. I smell you. But yeah, you can't do that. It's illegal. That's the thing. It's illegal. And it will break first of all, you're gonna need a bill. The bill needs to go to Capitol Hill. Them motherfuckers ain't gonna pass that shit. Cause you know why? They're gonna end up sending their own people to fucking El Salvador. So they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna separate black Americans from white Americans. So like I said, it is what it is. They can't do it, Kwame, you know? But that was a good one, man. If I was like a Democrat, I would be scared of that shit, you know? Damn, man, I only made like $1,600 this in the past 2 weeks, man. The fuck? I can't even buy anything, bro. Only thing I could buy is like Duce, probably the new Jordans, and like 3 outfits. Oh, and get my car detailed. But, you know, I wanted to do more. I'm gonna get a haircut too. So yeah, y'all gonna see I'm gonna get a haircut. In the next hour, 45 minutes, I'm gonna get off of here and I got shit to do. So this is gonna be part 1 for today, and we're gonna do part 2 later on. So yeah, no worries. We still in the game. We're still gonna knock this shit out. We're gonna probably do a 12 a.m. show. You know, a late, stay up all night. Gonna have the Duce out. Niggas is getting busy. Who's that? Once he reappeal. The thing about it, you gotta look at it, Kwame. He's not gonna reappeal it because it's an amendment. You can't take some shit off that was already put in fucking 300 years ago, 200 years ago. You know? Because if it was like that, they'll get rid of the 13th Amendment. You know what the 13th Amendment is? That black Americans would be slaves. They can't do that. It's illegal. You know? So, yeah. Kwame, you just can't. Kwame, come on, Kwame. This is why I say, yo, you ain't us, man. Black Americans ain't scared. We out here getting busy. We out here knocking our fucking heads and partying, you know, living life, fighting for reparations. We ain't even begging. We telling motherfuckers, you ain't doing that, we ain't doing this. You know how they get all scared. The politicians got get all scared and shit. Like, oh, these niggas is getting out of place. Calling us niggas and everything. You know, but yeah, man. Yo, Kwame, you can't be scared out here, man. We know you. You know, you came here when you was young, man. But you need a teacher. You need a Black American teacher, man. Listening to Dr. Umar, this motherfucker talking about going back to Africa, and he's trying to build this man having a hard time building a fucking school. You think I'm gonna have him? You think I'll trust him with my daughter's Lego set to build with her? Hell no. Motherfucker can't even build a motherfucking school. All them donations you and your people gave him. Man, I ain't giving that nigga no more money. I tell you that. I gave him some money for that school probably 6 years ago. I ain't doing that shit no more. I'm just being personally honest. You know, but yeah, man. Yo, Kwame. No, I said 13th Amendment. The 13. Damn, so Kwame, you don't be listening, man. Or I just be going too fast and I don't know, man. But yeah, Kwame, yes. That shit is crazy, man. But yo, Kwame, let's get to this question, all right? Let me ask you a question. Do you think Black Americans gave up on the Democrats? Actually, this is for all of y'all. Did the Black Americans give up on the Democrats? I'm just fixing something. He can't, Kwame. He can't. This is what I'm telling you. He can't. That's the funny thing. Like, I get what you're saying, Kwame, and that's cool and dandy and all that, but he can't. He can't do none of that shit. He can't fuck with the amendment. Even if he wanted to, he can't. I know. That's why the motherfuckers aren't voting. Like, motherfuckers ain't voting no more. The only people who's voting is our aunties and our uncles, the old head motherfuckers. You know? And I gotta be personally honest. The old heads still waiting for John Lewis and Martin Luther King's fucking ghosts to come back out and tell them to, like, yo, let's sing again. No, we're not fucking singing again. Talk about we shall overcome. Nah, fuck that. We getting busy over here. We gotta be personally honest. We getting busy over here. We're not doing that bullshit anymore. We're not, oh, well, you know what, turn the other cheek and shit. Because you know what? Them motherfuckers got our aunties and uncles fucked up, and all our older cousins was the ones out here fighting, beating up the cops and the firefighters for spraying us with the fucking water hose. So we gotta be personally honest about that. Yo, them old head niggas ain't shit. We ain't learning nothing from no old head niggas no more. John Lewis, man, he put us in a bad situation. You know? Then after that, you got the fucking world looking at us thinking that we're a punching bag. That's why when motherfuckers came over here, they look at us all crazy. And then tell the whole fucking story. That's the crazy part. No, you're right. But at the end of the day, these people want to win. You gotta understand, politics isn't about black or white. Politics is about who's gonna win. It's about wins and losses. It's about wins and losses. It's about yes and no. Yay and nay. You know, so we're asking now who's winning? Who's gonna win? And I told people this a long time ago. I said, like, yo, the Democrats, I don't think they're gonna recover from this for another probably 20 years. In the presidential, yes. They won't recover for the next 20 years. It's just, they fucked themselves up. I gotta be personally honest. They fucked themselves up. You know, they can't blame nobody for it, you know. These white women out here talk about they're gonna hold sex from men and stuff. Like, yeah, you do that. Motherfuckers don't act like motherfuckers can't buy hookers. No, motherfuckers buy hookers anyways. You know? You know, you fuck around, hold that when motherfuckers got their reparation. That motherfucker's gonna sleep with the maid. You fuck around. Yeah, the motherfuckers go out here and sleep with the maid. Fuck, ask Arnold Schwarzenegger. That motherfucker was hiding a kid for 14 years, fucking around with the Mexican maid. Yeah. Busted nuts and everything in her and stuff. The baby came out looking like Arnold. Same voice as him and everything. How you didn't know it was his kid? You know? It be like that, man, you know? I think, like, I'm gonna be personally honest. Yeah, I think it might be. I think Democrats it might be over. They're gonna need somebody who's like super black. We don't need no Jasmine Crockett. I think Jasmine Crockett is sexy. Hell yeah, I like that dark chocolate, that brown milk, that milk chocolate. Hell yeah, Jasmine Brown. Kwame don't know nothing about that. He like the Afrocentric snow bunnies and stuff. You know the women that the white women that like black men and they be wearing the dashikis and shit. Yeah, I used to have a girl that like that. She loved black men. She was so this white girl was so Afrocentric. She was more Afrocentric than I was. I was like, damn girl. That girl was up in Kwanzaa talking about, yo, you going to Kwanzaa today? I was like, oh man, I'm trying to get some sleep. I got a hangover. Man, I've been drinking too much Hennessy that night. She's like, yo, nah, you need to get up, man. She's like, yo, you gotta drink some of this remedy juice. It was some African remedy juice. She gave me it was some hoodoo shit. She gave me some hoodoo, not no African. She gave me hoodoo. I was like, who taught you? Oh, yo, I used to be with this Creole family and stuff. And what she said, Louisiana? Yo, the bitch was, she was more Afrocentric than I was. I didn't even know what the fuck she was talking about half the time. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's some women out there like that. Yeah. So, yeah, man, don't fuck with no. I don't fuck. She's like, I don't smoke shoes. She said, I don't fuck with no snow. I like the chocolate. Yeah, there's some girls like that. Hell yeah. There's some guys like that too, man. It's like, yeah, man, stay away from them fucking white devils. Telling the black girls, stay away from the white devils. He white himself. Motherfucker got black kids. That's the crazy part. Yeah, the dude had black kids and everything. Took kids and everything. I always told him, I was like, yo, remind me of Paul Wall. I told the dude, you remind me of Paul Wall. He's like, why? He's like, yo, Paul Wall was the same way. Paul Wall didn't know he was black until he was like 13, 14. I mean, he didn't know he was white until he was like 13, 14. He always thought he was black. Yeah. Paul Wall is lit out here. That's why he act the way he acts. He don't know nothing about white culture. He been around black culture his whole life. He don't know how to act around white people. Nah. Shout out to Paul Wall and his family. Yo, he's lit out here. Yeah, man. Why you think a lot of black people respect Paul Wall? You know, because that's all he knows. It's not like 1090 Jakes, where like the whole shit that he's doing right now. Everybody want to be Everybody is African, Kwame. Everybody got African DNA. What are you talking about? You know I'm gonna say that. Everybody has African DNA. You know? But yo, you gotta look at it like this, Kwame. Now bust it. Give me a second. Alright, now bust it. 1090 Jakes is different from Paul Wall. 1090 Jakes been around everybody. Whites, blacks, brown. He knows where to get in where he needs to fit in. Don't forget, he was a blood when he went to jail. He wasn't a blood when he was out here. When he got out here, that's when he became a blood. No, when he went to jail, that's when he became a blood. Now he got money, he dropped his flag. A lot of people do that. Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber, they stopped fucking with black people. Don't forget, Justin Timberlake used to go around here with cornrows and stuff, imitating, cosplaying black people. $10.90 Jakes out here, you know, reading people's paperwork. even though he had a grievance, and the grievance is basically a form of snitching because you cooperating on helping law enforcement with something. Even though he lost, you still cooperated. Me, I don't give a fuck, cause I don't like that fucking life. That life is stupid. Will I tell on somebody? Fuck no. I wouldn't tell on nobody, but yeah. Oh, really? Huh. Okay. Just like the wheel came from Africa. Cars came from Africa. Astrology came from Africa. Kwame, shout out to you, man. Yo, let me tell you something, Kwame. You deserve more credit than people give you for this show. I always got to say that. And the reason why, you bring the Pan-Africanism to the show. And I appreciate that. Even though I know shit anymore about Pan-Africanism. And the reason why, because I just stopped fucking with it. I think it was a crock of shit. Everybody, hold on. Can you ring? Change clothes, 29 million. Okay. Hold on. But yeah, it's crazy. I think it's a crock of shit because just hear me out, Kwame. Must be been researching. Nah, when I started learning about my history, and my lineage, I started to figure out that not all my whole family, not my family. My family is not from Africa. My family hasn't been in Africa for over 1,000 years. Or probably a little bit less than that. But it's because we migrated all over the world, and I started to figure out that my family came from Alaska, Alabama, in that South area. Those were all natives, all black natives. Some red, but mostly black. So now we gotta ask this question: what part of my family came from Africa? I couldn't find anything. I'm not gonna give credit to no fucking African with a fucking spirit who lives in Dunbeetle mud huts. The credit for anything that we don't know that was here. I'm not gonna give no Nigerian no credit. I'm not gonna give no Ghana no credit. I'm not gonna give Senegal no credit. But yeah, we got to stop giving these motherfuckers our credit for stuff that we have done. This shit is crazy. Like, don't get me wrong. I love the Africans and stuff like that, especially the women. Them women be having fat asses. But they are more superficial than people over here in America. Chivalry is dead when it comes to an African woman. I'm just being personally honest. Chivalry is dead when it comes to African women. You can't buy them flowers and chocolates and all this nice stuff like that. They want iPod, earbuds, and fucking iPhones and all this other crazy shit, bullshit. From a motherfucker who comes from a third world country, don't deserve no fucking iPod. And I'm just being personally honest. But I actually gotta go right now. I gotta go drop my son some clothes off, and I'll come back a little bit later on today. Thank y'all for, participating in the show. I'm sorry I have to close so early, but we'll have a